Sometimes you will need to back up your files. Imagine you are asked to make some changes to your etc directory, but you did something wrong and now you want to roll back to the default or previous version of etc directory. If you didn't get a backup of your etc directory, then you will be frustrated because you wouldn't have the old version of etc. Therefore, it's always better to take a backup of some files or folders before you start working on them. To create backup or to create archive files, we're going to use tar command, which is a tape archiver utility. For example, let's create an archive of etc directory. So we have etc directory under root. I'm going to take a backup of this directory. So I'm going to use tar command, and to create an archive file, we're going to use C option, and then we have to provide the file name. So we're going to use F option. Then let's say that our file name will be etc backup.tar. As you already know that in Linux everything is a file and you don't need to provide any extension for that, but it's always best practice to use .tar in the end of your tar files. After the file name, we have to provide the path, what path we are going to take a backup, so it will be etc. Then just press enter. Okay, we are getting a permission denied error. So because we are just taking a backup of etc, which is under root, so that's why we are going to use sudo, or maybe you can switch to root user, then you can just run the same command again, so there will be no problems. Let's run this command. So right now you don't need to pay attention to this warning, it's not that important. So let's check that if the file is created or not. Let's do ls. Okay, it is here, etc backup.tar, our file is here. By the way, let's say that there is no .tar extension in the end of your file, but you can still check the file if it is tar file or not. If you remember, in one of our previous videos, we have used file command. It will determine if the file is tar or not. So let's do file etc backup.tar and press enter. So it will say that it's a tar archive. I would like to use v option in the tar command. So I'm going to use this tar file. And let's create the tar file again. But this time we are going to use v option. So v means verbose. And we are going to see what files we are archiving. So let's press enter. Okay, it is done. As you see that under etc we have a lot of files or folders. Anyway, let's clear the screen. We use this command. Just remember that C is creating the archive file. File F option is just provide the file name, and we use V for the verbose. Let's say that after creating a tar file or before extracting the tar file, we might want to read or list the contents of the tar file. So in order to do that, we're going to use the T option. What we're going to do is, let's just clear the screen and list the directories. We have etc backup.tar. So I'm going to use tar command, then T for the reading the contents of the tar file, and then we're going to provide F to just write the file name. So our file is etc backup.tar, and when I press enter, it will just read the contents of tar file. Just remember that it doesn't extract anything, it just reads the files. Let's press enter. Another interesting command is to use with T option is word count. So let's say that we are going to read the etc backup.tar contents, but here I want to use piping. So I'm gonna count the lines of the output of this command. Also, this part is related to redirection or piping, which we're gonna learn in the next section, but I think we can still use it here. You just need to know that we're gonna count the lines, or we're gonna count the rows of the output of this command. So basically the output is these files, and we are just gonna count the lines, how many lines we have in the output of tar command. Let's press enter. under etc we have 902 lines. So it might differ in your case, maybe you have 3000, it doesn't matter. So anyway, we managed to create and read tar files. Now it is time to extract the tar file for, let's say, restoring our etc backup. This is very simple actually. We're gonna use tar, and then as an option we're gonna use X. X stands for extracting, and then of course we are gonna provide the F option to just write the file name etc backup.tar, and like before that, let's just list all the files we have. So right now we have etc backup.tar file, but we didn't extract it yet. So we're gonna use this tar command, so xf and then your file name and then press enter. That was very quick. And if we do ls again, we see that it's extracted here. So we have etc directory here, and if you do ls for this etc, you're going to see that we have all the files. But sometimes you may also want to extract the files to a different directory, so you can do that as well. Let's check what we have under tmp. Okay, under tmp we have some files, some data. I'm gonna extract our etc backup.tar file to this tmp directory. So we're going to use tar xf and then our file name, and then we are going to use the BugX option, and then we are going to provide what directory that we would like to extract to. So it will be tmp, and let's press enter. It is done. Let's check tmp. So we have etc directory here. That's pretty much about tar command. In the next video, let's learn how to compress the files while archiving them.